Good evening everyone. So once again welcome to this mock interview session. My name is Ronak Shah and today we have with us Mr. Ujjwal Gaur, who has scored well in CAT and he has got some good B school calls. So one of them is IIM Rohtak and he is going to take up this mock interview today. So before we proceed, let me quickly tell you that Unacademy is India's largest online learning platform and every day millions of students learn with us. For MBA entrance exam preparation, you can also join our Unacademy CAT channel and you can attend our daily live sessions. In fact, we also have plus subscription, so you can definitely go for that and you can join my Telegram group. It's the link is provided in the description. Okay, do not forget to like and share this particular video. So yes, Ujjwal, are you ready for the interview?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ujjwal, can you quickly tell me something about yourself?
Yes, sir. As my name is Ujjwal Gaur. I am born and brought up in Delhi. Starting from my work ex, I am recently working at State Bank of India in International Banking Division, assistant, and overlooking at LC payments and enrollments.
So how did you land in State Bank of India?
Yes, sir. I am telling my work ex story. Prior to this, I was working at Bureau of Energy Efficiency.
Okay.
Which is an autonomous body under Ministry of Power. So I worked there for 2 years and I was overlooking the international cooperation energy efficiency profile. Because it was a contractual job and my contract was due to expire on 31st March 2020. And luckily I appeared for State Bank of India exam and got selected.
So basically you appeared for the exam, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
That is my question, that you have done your electrical engineering, right? And then currently you are working with State Bank of India and now you are planning to go for MBA. Isn't that so? I'm sure it must have taken good amount of efforts to clear that State Bank of India exam. And now once again you are going for MBA. Shouldn't you continue with the State Bank of India job? I mean, are you not enjoying that?
No, sir. I am enjoying my job and I also always followed a passion for learning. As from my BTech in electrical, I passed out in 2016, so I got a campus placement at Guidance Group. So there I was working as an electrical engineer at the power plant, captive power plant. So I justified my learning which I gathered from my 4-year BTech in electrical program. Thereafter, due to some health issues, I decided to switch and then I went on to Bureau of Energy Efficiency. There I got exposure to the climate change and the energy efficiency, energy sustainability scenario, which many of us don't really know about or don't really consider a great deal to something to work for. So there also I was working for more than 2 years. Due to the contractual issue, I had to leave that job. So, and also one more reason of quitting BE and joining SBI was that though I was technically sound in the electrical engineering knowledge and that also helped me at my time at BEE, I was also limited by the lack of financial knowledge because in the global scenario of climate change, energy efficiency, you have to have both technical as well as financial knowledge in order to excel.
Fine. Ujjwal, that's okay. I've got the perspective what you're talking about. Do one thing. Do you have pen and paper?
Yes, sir.
Right. So I'm giving you a topic. You will have 30 seconds time to think on that and then you'll have to speak on that particular topic for about 60 seconds. Are you ready?
Okay, sir.
Right. So please note down the topic. US election and its impact on India. You can just go ahead. I mean, if you are okay, you can start speaking. That's completely up to you.
Okay.
30 seconds first, and then you can start speaking for, and you need to speak for about a minute or minute and a half.
No problem. Okay, sir. Shall I start?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So the US elections 2020, the results were announced on 3rd November, where the Democrat, Mr. Joe Biden, was elected as the president of USA, and Mr. Trump, it was a Republican, was succeeded by Mr. Joe Biden, and the VP was the Mrs. Kamala Harris. So I have divided the US elections and outcome on India on 3 or 4 paragraphs. First would be on the foreign policy. The US foreign policy with regard to India has mostly been dependent on the Indo-Pacific or the Indo-China relations. After the deterioration of Indo-China relations, more evidently from the last year, the US has occupied that vacuum and has helped motivated India in every possible way in countering the allegations of China. And second could be the US interference also, if you could say, in India's internal matters. It started from the US, when the US exerted more pressure when India told about they were going to implement about CBA amendment bill and about abolition of Article 370 of Jammu and Kashmir. So there have been some hostile comments from US about these initiatives of India. So considering the tough stand of Modi government, I see that India will not allow any interference in its sovereign matters, especially from third-party countries. Also in defense ties, India being largest importer of the US defense products, and after the visit from Mr. Trump last year, India signed around $5 billion defense deal with the US to obviously counter the growing presence of China in the Indo-Pacific region. Also, in the tariff issue, the US has, in the Trump regime, had rescinded that GSP, the generalized preference scheme from India, where India was given a better advantage or lower customs. We didn't have to pay taxes equivalent to other countries.
Fair enough, Ujjwal. That's fine. Okay. So Ujjwal, now I'm still wondering, you have close to 4 years of experience. I mean, more than 4 years of experience. So didn't you consider, going for an executive MBA rather than this 2-year full-time MBA program? Isn't that on your mind?
It was in my mind. First of all, the executive MBAs are cut off in the eligibility of 5 years. So I am not satisfying first of all that eligibility.
I think you will complete that in about 7-8 months, right? Yeah.
And second also, sir, I believe that the long-term goal which I have, like to leverage my experience of almost four years of working in the energy domain and also using my financial acumen to have some impact or create an impact, particularly in this energy domain, which I developed my interest on after working with GEE. I believe I have that learning and the skill set which I lack. I believe that 2-year program would be a better fit for me to have that learning, grow as a human being, or grow as a manager. So that's why I believe that 2-year course would be a better fit for me rather than a 1-year MBA.
Okay. Can you tell me something about your city, which not many people know?
About Delhi, I live in Delhi.
Yeah. You being the resident of Delhi, you should have something to share with us.
I have some usual facts, like Delhi has completed 100 years of existence.
Yeah, but that's available. I mean, that everyone knows, isn't that? Those facts and figures are available everywhere.
Okay.
So okay, fine. Tell me one thing. Yeah. Tell me another thing. recently a particular country called off a port deal, a deal to develop strategic port in collaboration with India and Japan. Which was that country?
Yeah, it was Sri Lanka.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Right. So yeah, Ujjwal, wait for your results, and thanks for appearing for the interview, and we'll soon let you know about our decision. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye. Okay, so everyone, here comes an end to the mock interview. Now, definitely you can also share your comments in the chat box or comment section, and you can tell us what are your takes from this interview, and I'm sure it would give you a good perspective how different candidates appear for the interview and how they tackle the situation. Now, talking about the feedback part, Ujjwal, the first thing that I'll recommend is, I mean, you definitely have diverse profile, and you have good knowledge. The only thing is I see that lack of energy. So that energy is missing, Ujjwal. When you are speaking to me, I mean, I don't feel like okay, fine, मुझे कुछ जानने को मिलेगा, मैं कुछ सुनूं, so it goes at a very flat tone. Are you getting this point? You will have to, if you want to grow as a manager, you will have to have that command on the voice, right? You will have to engage the other person, whether it's your client or your colleague or someone else, right? So you will have to have good voice modulation. You need to be a little more aggressive in your approach for you, because I didn't see that aggression, that fire के हाँ आपको वो MBA करना है, you are really passionate about MBA, there is something that you are looking forward to learning, मुझे वो नहीं दिखा. So I really hope that this would not be the reason for your rejection, because it's a personality trait. It will take some time for you to change, but try to see if you can be a little louder and slightly clear. Yes, you were clear, but then मुझे वॉइस में कुछ तो ऐसा लगा, और जिस तरीके से आप मुझे पॉइंट्स बता रहे थे, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू मेंशन अबाउट व्हाट वाज योर जर्नी, राइट? सो एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम you were talking about energy, efficiency. I couldn't hear many things. This is online interview. There are so many noises in between, right? So you will have to make sure that you are sending your message to the interviewer, right? So that's the main thing. Second, I'm still not very clear about your goal. क्योंकि मुझे काफी सारे लूप होल्स दिख रहे हैं. जो आपका ट्रांजिशन है वो उतना स्मूथ नहीं है. इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर, then you work with some company on a particular profile, you be very clear about that, right? कि what you did, don't use many technical jargons, be very clear about what you did, what was your contribution, what was your value addition in those 3-4 years that you worked for 3-4 years with that company, right? Till 2020 you worked there, right? And do not talk about negative things like there were no opportunities, there were no career growth, something like that. I mean, you mentioned a point why you thought to switch to this one. What was the reason that you mentioned for switching to the SBI part?
SBI, sir, it was a contractual job. My contract was getting expired. So that was a major reason.
But then they didn't think of renewing your contract?
What, sir?
They didn't offer you to renew the contract?
It was a risk, sir, because I got offer from SBI in around November, December. My contract was getting expired on March. So even if my contract was to be extended, it would be after March. So I had only a month or so to decide whether to join SBI or to just leave. And
no, I'm going a little backward. Why did you appear for SBI exam in the first place when you were working with particular company? What was the reason for going for this SBI?
Because I knew that it was pretty much clear. I was told that it is a contractual job. Your contract is till 31st March 2020. That was just engraved in my mind. So I was trying to explore, and second thing which I mentioned also, I was good on technical value, technical knowledge, but also I was lacking on the financial aspect. There were many schemes related to finance, climate energy, climate change finance, which I was not able to grasp as much as I could have grasped when I could have that financial knowledge. So I thought it would be better to make a switch to a financial got better to join SBI than anyone else. To have that financial acumen and knowledge that I could make a holistic personality of myself if I want to work. And my long-term goal is working in that energy sector. I wanted to have that overall knowledge, holistic knowledge of that sector. That's why I'm joining SBI.
Right, so just try to convey that with more conviction that okay, this is the reason that you are going for this particular step, right? So I think that is what you need to be clear about, right? Maybe you will require a couple of more mock interviews. So do one thing, just appear for your interview tomorrow, share your experience with us, that how was it, what extemper did they ask, and overall what was that, what was your feeling, because they are not going to tell you, you will only realize that how's the interview, right? So just share that experience, and if there are any further gray areas that you feel, so you can definitely overcome that with more practice and a bit of more rehearsal. Pardon?
Your voice is not coming clear, sir.
Okay, is it clear now?
Yes.
Right, what I was saying is, okay, appear for your interview, IIM Rohtak interview tomorrow, and just understand that how was that interview, were they showing interest or were they not convinced? You will surely make out based on their facial expression and overall response. In case if you feel that no, they were not so convinced about what you said, so if they were not so convinced, then you will have to once again sit with yourself, you will have to write down your answers, your thoughts, and you can just find better answers to address those questions by MBA. Okay, it may be possible they never ask you this question by MBA. Okay, and be prepared with I think you are good at general knowledge and general awareness. You are good at that, so that should not be a challenge. Okay.
Also, can you get some feedback on my extemper, sir? That in the US relation.
Extemper, once again, your thought process was good. You nicely just gave the introduction part, that when did that happen, some facts and figures, who won and all, and then when I asked you about its impact on India, you clearly touched based 4 points, right? But once again, when you were talking about those 4 points, I was not able to clearly understand that what are you trying to say. So when we say something, if we take too many pauses, if we do not use proper voice modulation, our message would not go to the other person clearly. That was the gap. So you will have to work on your voice modulation, this speaking skill, right? Just try to be a little more aggressive, थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा pace पे बात करो, ठीक है? That would be helpful. Is it clear? Okay. Yeah, so that's it from this particular session, everyone. Once again, I wish all the best to Ujjwal, and we are coming up with more such interview experiences. 5 minutes after this, one student from Symbiosis is sharing her WAD experience, so please stay tuned. Thank you, and all the best, Ujjwal, once again. Bye bye.